The show started in 2017 with a bang.
Here's Mike Huckabee.
Have we got a show for you? I'm not sharing nothing.
This is heaven here.
Absolutely fantastic.
I love you.
Is there a Democrat in here?
It's pretty incredible.
You were sitting with the President of the United States, Donald Trump. That was your first show. Your thoughts on this 7-year period that we've been trying to do TV together?
It's really been the most wonderful journey ever. And in part because we got to do what you and I sat down and talked about in early 2017, when we first kind of mapped out what the show would look like. Quite frankly, your vision for the studio and the theater here was far greater than mine. I mean, I would have been happy if we just left it like it was, and we could have come in with a very small stage and just lived with it as it was. You insisted, nope, we're going to turn this thing into something incredible. And I'll tell you something, every single guest we have that comes who has done the talk show circuit, they've done everything from Leno to Letterman to Kimmel and Fallon, they've done them all. Every person, without an exception, has said, this is the finest production, studio, and theater in the entire country. Bar none. Doesn't matter which network. This is the finest. And the experience that people have. But let me tell you what I think a lot of the magic has been over these 7 years. We have an incredible team, unbelievable, that have acted like family. People get along behind the scenes as much as they do on stage. When people see what appears to be the camaraderie between Trey and Keith and me on stage, what they don't see is that backstage, those folks who are meeting our guests, every guest will write us and say, that was the most wonderful experience. Everyone treated me so wonderfully and kind. And it's true of everyone running a camera. It's true of every single person, whether they're the people that meet the audience and bring them in. Now, they don't get to see the people sitting up in the booth, you know, the ones moving the buttons so much because the guests are kind of isolated. And it's a doggone good thing they can't see those people.
Those guys with moving those buttons.
They're the only exception. No, they're really great. But through all of it, there's a camaraderie and an esprit de corps among the team that is just the best I've ever worked with. Way better than anything I've experienced in government. Way better than anything I ever experienced in the secular television world, as you can understand. And that's why I think that 7 years, honestly, seems more like 7 months.
My goodness.
It does not feel like I've been here this long. And when people say, tell me about TV, do you enjoy doing that? I said, it sure beats working. Because it's like a joy.
Yeah.
It has been like something I've never gotten where I thought, oh, I got to go to Nashville this week. I got to do another show. I've never, ever felt like that. And it was always an anticipation, the just privilege of working with people who cared what they did. They wanted to be professional. I'll put the production team on this show against anybody in any television facility in the country. Nobody has a better production than this show does. Not because of me, because I'm not a production guy. That's not my thing. I can see it and tell you if it is really good. But the people that make that work do it with such a level of perfection and just quality, because they genuinely care about how it's going to come across, not just to have some pride in it, but it's done as unto the Lord, because we have people here who do this as a mission and a ministry, and not just because there's a check involved.